But like every now and then you get like this extra wind of being dedicated to something. Like that's like
Mm-hmm.
where I am right now. I don't know if that was a good description, but like I got like this extra push to like do what I need to do. So I got to take advantage of that. I'm just grateful for that. You know, that extra wind you get like every,
That increase.
yeah.
Awesome. That's a good feeling. That's an amazing feeling because you maximize off of that moment. So congratulations on even feeling that win. Because everybody here, we're just all eagle soaring, and that's that win is lifting you higher and higher. So consistency pays, sis, and we really appreciate that. So you guys drop some ones in the chat box for V feeling that wind, the wind beneath her wings. Anybody else have 15 seconds of gratitude? 15 seconds of gratitude. Unmute your lines, please. Let's go. Let's go. And also drop a reminder in the team chat. Get on the call now. Get on the call now. All right. Well, while y'all are thinking about y'all gratitude, I'm just thankful to see another day. I'm thankful for God to put breath in my lungs and to be around surrounded by such an amazing family. My mother celebrated her birthday this weekend, actually all weekend. So we had a phenomenal weekend with her and my uncle, who twins. And, I'm just thankful for God for love within family. I know a lot of people don't have that. And I told my mom I have even personal friends of mine who don't even have healthy relationships with their moms. And so I'm really, really, really thankful for the relationship and the love and affection that my mom has showed us, because I really think it plays an important role into where you're going in life. So I'm thankful for my family and how wealthy I feel like we're over $1 trillion worth of love in our family. So I'm grateful for that. Anybody want to share 15 seconds of gratitude? Got one more minute before we start this mindset call. 15 seconds of gratitude. Where y'all at?
Hey, I am happy and grateful for the community within GW. Um, just being able to have people that we could turn to when we need an extra boost in motivation. And like, I know Mizzy needed some help earlier, just being able to reach out to her and get her going. And even last night, like me needing that boost in motivation, B, you really looked out for me. So just being able to have success partners and people that we could turn to is it's really helpful.
Love it. That's very, very keen. Right on the nose, right? Drew called me last night, y'all, and our conversation was just Ria hit our conversation right on the nose, man. And it's just amazing how everything can be in alignment. And you were able to receive multiple confirmations on last night. So gratitude for that. So guys, welcome to our generational wealth mindset call. My name is Bieber Rail, one of the top traders and educators here. I'm super excited if you don't know me. Well, now you know me. Let me mute all the lines. Perfect. You guys can do me a favor as well. If you have any team members that you personally notice in your cell phone, whether they're not active or not, just send them a call. Just send them a message. Say, get on the call. Send them the link. Say, get on this call right now, because I think this call is going to be very, very important. And all of them are. But I really, really wanted to talk about courage tonight. So I'm going to give everybody about 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Create a group message and just tell everybody that, even your family and friends, it don't even matter. Just invite people to this call right now, and we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about courage on tonight. Let me close my windows. I'm going to talk about courage on tonight. I think it's very, very important, and I think a lot of people we don't really pay attention to how courage is really, really needed in everything that we do. Every decision that we make, it's a very, very vital skill. So it's a very, very vital aspect that we need. How many of y'all feel like we need some courage? Drop some ones in the chat box. If you feel like you need some courage in anything that you do, because it's the power of decision making. It's the power of making some tough decisions. Courage. So first and foremost, I'm going to start the call off talking about Dallas. Dallas, September 13th. I'm just going to say Dallas, September 13th. And then I want to make sure that we all know that we are What are we supposed to be saying to ourselves every single day? Who remembers what we're supposed to be saying to ourselves every single day? Who remembers what we're supposed to be doing? Guiding our word, watching what we say about ourselves. What's the main thing
I'm so
we've been
proud of
saying?
myself.
I am so proud of myself. I am so proud of myself. God, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. And you say it with conviction. You say it with enthusiasm. You say it with belief. Don't say it as like you say in the Pledge of Allegiance and you're just saying some words. Say it with belief. I am so proud of myself. I am so happy and grateful. I'm making so many mistakes every single day. I hope I make a whole bunch of mistakes today so that I can learn through my mistakes. If I don't make mistakes, that means I'm not growing, I'm not moving forward. God, I'm so happy and grateful I'm making mistakes every single. I'm so excited I made mistakes today. I'm so excited I made some mistakes today. Oh my goodness. When I made the mistake, I was able to see the problem. See, sometimes we can't, if we don't make mistakes, we're never able to take ourselves to the next level because we're trying to play it what we think is called something called safe. There's no such thing in this world called safe because everybody's going to the same place. You're not safe, right? So I'm so happy and grateful. I'm so proud of myself. And I'm so thankful that I make mistakes every single day because it helps me to see what I need to course correct. Mistakes is nothing but adjustments. I put too much air in the tire. Let me adjust that. That's all we're doing, right? I put too much air in the tire. Let me deflate that. I was only able to see that because I made a mistake. So take joy, take excitement, take praise in the mistakes. All right. Remember, failures is nothing but adjustments. Quitting is the only thing that stops you. Failures make you better. All right. Failures make you better as long as you never quit. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So tonight, guys, again, I wanted to talk on courage. All right. I think courage is very, very important in every aspect of our life. It takes courage to go to the gym every day because courage is basically, you being able to make decisions, tough decisions, and, and just taking the initiative to do things that sometimes we don't even feel like doing, and sometimes it may scare us. Going to the gym every single day. It takes courage to go to work every day. It takes courage to make sure you take responsibility of your children. It takes courage in going after things that you really, really desire. All right. So courage, the C-O-U-R in the word courage, guys, derived, it means heart. All right. Matters of the heart, feelings of the heart. Right. And it's the ability to do something that frightens you. The ability to do something that frightens you. Has anybody on the line ever done something that frightened you? Drop some twos in the chat box. If no matter how scared you were, you still did it. Drop some twos in the chat box if you've ever actually tapped into your courage before. Drop some twos in the chat box. You've used that strength in the face of pain, in the face of challenges, in the face of grief, right? Drop some twos. Anybody has tapped into their courage. Perfect. So you guys are with me tonight. All right. So having courage, guys, is being bold and being brave. Be unafraid to face tough challenges. Being unafraid to face tough challenges. And honestly, it really is being able to face challenges when you are afraid. So it's really both. Whether you're afraid or not, but the key is that you still move forward in the face of that challenge, right? Acting without fear of failure. How many people fear failure? Drop some F's in the chat box if you fear failure. Remember what I just said at the beginning of the call. Who fears failure? Drop some F's in the chat box. Be transparent. If you actually fear failure. Let's see what we're talking tonight. If you fear failure, because I want to make sure you guys understand the foundation in that sentence. You fear failure. So that means you fear making mistakes. Vestavia, do you fear making mistakes? Who else fears making mistakes? Perfect. I used to. Who fears making mistakes? See, it's all about perspective, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect. It's all about perspective. I had a gentleman to come to me and he said, perfect. I had a gentleman come to me and say, I only have $7 left in my trading account. I lost my job, or he ready to quit his job or something like that. Perfect. I ready to quit my job and da da da. And I said, anyway, I told him, you need to go get a job. I said, sir, you need to stay on your job. And I said, you need to stack up some money. You know, same thing I tell you guys, stack up some money and come back to trading, because this isn't something that you could ultimately trading, you can't put a date on, unfortunately, guys, because we don't know how long it's going to take you to learn how to trade. We can give you a benchmark date. We tell you, okay, this is that. But I said, sir, if you really, really want this, all you got to do is stay focused. Continue to use that courage, continue to use that resilience to say, I'm just going to take a temporary step back, right? See, there's really taking high risk chances. There's things where you take high risk chances, and then you have courage. See, high risk is that you haven't really mapped out what's supposed to take place. You really haven't analyzed anything. You haven't used your confirmations. It's just kind of like just doing things on a whim, right? But when you use courage, ladies and gentlemen, it's a calculated risk. It's in knowing that despite how I feel, I know I'm going to have this outcome. Okay, so when you fear failure, ladies and gentlemen, remember, failure, first you have to understand what failure means to you. See, a lot of people have the definition of failure so wrong, so that's why your perspective has been manipulated. See, failure is something that has been conditioned to make you believe is a negative emotion. I told y'all this before. I was at church one day and I told my mentor, my spiritual mentor, I said, you know, it was about 18 of us in the class, and she said something about when challenges arise in your life. And I said, you know what, I actually pray for challenges to arrive in my life. I pray for those situations, because all those situations I've grown out of. I know that if God puts me in that situation, there's a lesson that's going to be learned. There's some value I'm going to gain. So, you know, most people fear challenges. Most people fear failure because your mentality is it's a negative thing. So for those of you who said you feel failure, what is failure to you? You first have to understand what failure is. What have you defined it as? Right? What do you define as failure? That's why you fear something, because your perspective has been painted the wrong way. Right? That's exactly what it is. Failure is a step closer to success. See, if all of us were at our 9 to 5 and somebody had us all in a room at an IML presentation, and then they say, who wants to sign up? The person who doesn't raise their hand simply because they fear failure is the person who quit on themselves. Follow me. But the person who takes the courage and says, every single thing that I've been doing up until this point has not created any time, any money, any freedom. Working a job does not require faith at all. But going out here and going after what you want requires faith. It requires courage, because it isn't you having a handout. It's you and God collaborating together. It's you following his steps. It's you listening to his voice. He says, young lady, young man, you have been telling me you want change, you want better, you want to feel, you know, some people are depressed, some people are stressed. You want to stop feeling this way. Well, guess what? Here's the solution. But some people think it's just this it takes this extraordinary answer, and it's just simply a yes. Yes, I'm going to learn a skill set. That shouldn't, some people may seem like it takes courage, but guys, the answer is easy. But understanding what it's going to create, that takes courage, because it takes your consistency. It takes your commitment. It takes your dedication. So when your perspective on failure is negative, that's why you fear it. But if you would change your perspective into something positive, you wouldn't fear it. See, some of y'all fear going to get 10 no's because you think 10 no's is negative. Come on, B. Some of y'all think 10 no's is negative. That's the most positive thing I could do, instead of never even speaking to somebody to get 10 no's. That's the worst thing I could do, because that makes me a quitter. The fact that I never started makes me a quitter. but I'm excited to get 10 no's. That's not me failing. That's me doing the work. That's the courage. That's what's required. If you look at it on the flip side, the person that told me no may not even have the courage to go after what they want and what they desire. And I've told you guys, failure is a really super positive word. But for some reason, the world has made it just to be this scary term. Failure is nothing but what? Adjustments, course correcting, doing it again. Let's see, you in the kitchen, you making some pancakes. Vestavia, are you going to call yourself a failure because you put too much water in the mix? Put a yes or no. Are you going to call yourself a failure because you put too much water in the mix? Okay, that's the same thing you're doing right now. What are you going to go do? You're going to go add some more flour. That's failure. That you failed when you did that, by the way, if you don't understand that. You failed when you put too much water in the mix. So all you do is what? Add more flour. Does that make sense, ladies and gentlemen? You fail when you put too much air in the tire. So what do? Deflate it a little bit. You fail when you burnt the salmon. So what do? Scrape off the burn or cook another salmon. You start over. You adjust. You course correct. Are you guys following me? Drop some ones in the chat box. Are you understanding how failure is really a positive thing? If you haven't caught on to it yet, give me a 2. If you haven't caught on yet, give me a 2. When you iron in your clothes and you burn it, that's failure. You do what? You learn from it. You know not to set the heat that hot the next time. Right? When you put that food in the microwave and you set the heat too high, that was failure. Right? But we go through these school systems. We go through our household, and people, for some reason, have made failure to be this negative thing. Young man, you failed this test. But guess what? Do better on the next one. Yes, I get a second chance. What did I get wrong? And oftentimes we create the failure because we didn't take the right calculated risk. A lot of people create the failure, but it's all right if you create the failure and keep going. What's the problem? What y'all should fear is quitting. You're fearing the wrong thing. Fear quitting. Don't fear failures, because failures is just doing it better and doing it better. See, when I first got into this skill set, into trading, I had to blow an account. That was me failing. Okay, what did I do? Stop being greedy. Okay, I got that better. Then the next thing that I did, I blew an account again. Why? I over leveraged. That was me failing. Right? Then I started another account. What did I do? Revenge trading. That was me failing. Are you guys following me? Please make sure you're following me. You need to be the person in your family. You need to be the person in your community, in your job, in your workplace, around the community to tell people you got it all wrong. You got it all wrong. When you started learning how to drive and you hit the curve, that was you failing. When you opened your bank and you got an overdraft, some of y'all do it on purpose, but when you got an overdraft, you miscalculated your money. That was you failing. Failing is nothing but a mistake, an error that can be erased with a pencil and fixed with the lead. That's all you're doing. Flip the pencil, erase the mistake, the error, the F, and fill in the right answer. Right? But have the courage to do it. Too many people have courage in quitting. Too many people have the courage to quit and not enough courage and fight and resilience and faith to stay and flip the pencil upside down, erase the mistake, and keep going. Right? Make it an affirmation. That's why I said on the other call, I am so happy and grateful I made mistakes. I'm so happy and grateful God placed challenges in my life, because I know I have the strength that He created me with to get through this challenge. I know something is going to birth out of this challenge. There's a testimony. I'm looking forward to new testimonies every time a challenge comes. I had to go through the car accident to get a new story. Right? Y'all don't even know this. Guys, I went to go buy my car. the dealer that I wanted to go through, I was buying me an LS 460. The dealer, the first dealer, I wanted to go buy me an all white LS 460. The dealer that I was working with, he wanted double the deposit that he wanted. So I had two dealers. The first dealer I wasn't even thinking about because I already had my mind on this one car. I'm good to go. I don't need to drive all over Georgia for no car. I'm ready to get a car and get this over with. They wanted 4-figure down. They wanted, what else? And they wanted $4,000 more than the other car that I never looked at. Guess what? I got denied. And every single time I was thinking I was fixing it, because I'm going through this failing phase, because I don't have credit, because I always pay stuff cash. So now I'm building my credit, right? And all my income, y'all know how I hate the bank, so all my income was off the grid pretty much. So I learned something. Start using my bank again, get into this regular world, and build my credit. Or I can sit around like, oh man, I failed myself. No, I quit, man. I don't want to deal with all this stuff. No. I had to fail and not build my credit. I had to fail and be mad at the banks and stuff for me to understand that this is how the world works. Let me adapt a little bit. But guess what? God had a better plan in place. The next day, guys, I called this place. I sent them an email and I said, just in case these people keep wasting my time, let me check out this other LS. It was silver, super dope. Love it. Love the car. They wanted $4,000 less than the white one. The white one was the first one. They wanted half of the deposit that the white one wanted. And I got approved in 10 minutes with zero credit and less miles on the car. Come on, Jesus. See, sometimes in the spite of the fact that I had so much resilience and I was determined to get that white car, God kept closing the door. It takes courage to go after what you want. I want you guys to apply that to what it is that you desire, whether it's trading, whether it's building. See, they kept closing the door. Brittany, no, your bank statement, your credit. Even they see we know you got the money, but on paper, we need more paperwork. Well, bump that. I got the money. I want the car. But God kept shutting that door because there was a better car in store for me for a better price, for a better deposit, for better miles, right? And a quicker approval. Guys, I was at the other dealer for 2 days. 2 days, wasting my time. I walked into this dealer. It was an hour drive out though, and got approved in 10 minutes. I was pretty much had the car in 30 minutes. See, even when you have that fight and resilience, I dare you to take that amount. I was determined to get that white car. I was not about to let these folks tell me no. Because the silver car was a little further out. I said, man, I don't want to drive out there. I'm going to get this right here. But sometimes you got to go out of your way to get the blessing. Come on. Sometimes you got to go out of your way. See, God has made the way, but for some reason it was out of my way. It was in his will though. And it was a better blessing. Are y'all following me? So I had to build up, you know what? Despite the courage, despite the fact that these people won't give me what it is that I won't quit. Despite that I failed in building my credit, despite the fact that I failed in using my bank account, the fact that I failed in all these different things, it was a learning moment. So what did I do? I took that learning moment and I said, you know what, from here on out, I'm going to adjust my actions, right? But God gave me a better deal. Gave me a better deal. He kept shutting the door. This girl right here is hard-headed. This girl right here is a fighter. Can God come in your corner and say this person is a fighter? Right? See, some of y'all have mortal faith. Goodness gracious. Woo, that was good. Some of y'all have mortal faith. If y'all don't know what the word mortality means, that means something that dies. Some people have faith, mortal faith. See, your faith has to be immortal. Your desire, your courage, your ability to fail has to be immortal. Right? It has to be immortal. That means it's never dying. Come on, B. Your ability, your courage has to be immortal. It never dies. Your ability to fail forward has to be immortal. Are y'all following me? See, your courage, your fight, your resilience, your faith, your failing are all seeds, right? See, seeds have to be planted. What Earl say? You either plant, you're planted in the same soil. You can plant faith, or you can plant death. You got two different seeds, and whatever you're allowing your mind to nurture and water, either one of those seeds is going to create fruit. But if you change the perspective of your mind to bear the right fruit, ladies and gentlemen, then your faith will be immortal. I hope y'all following me. Your courage will be immortal. Your ability to fail will be immortal. See, that's probably above y'all head right now. What I'm saying is, nothing about what you want is going to die. Because you've made up in your mind, that's a part of the process. See, some of y'all have compared getting $1,000, 10 and 25, 30, 100K a month to this big extraordinary task. It's simple. It's all HE double hockey stick. The same way you was in the kitchen, Vestavia, cooking the pancakes, and you put too much water in there. You did it on Monday. You did it on Tuesday. Finally, Wednesday, you said, you know what, let me add a little bit more flour. You add a little bit more flour, still came out a little bit, a little bit watery. You add a little bit more flour Thursday. You add a little bit more flour Friday. Saturday, you finally get it. And guess what? Saturday, you finally get it. And then Sunday, you get it. And then Monday, you get it. See, all you got to do is apply the same mentality, perspective, and action to your success. Keep adding more water. Come on, y'all. Who gonna keep adding more water? Drop some ones in the chat box if you're gonna add more water to the mix until you get it right. That's all you have to do. Keep adding water to the mix until you get it right. That's what failure is. Adding water to the mix until you get it right. Acting despite the fear. Acting with or without fear. The fact that you're going to fail should be exciting to you. But you have to understand that your perspective you have been educated wrong on what failure is, ladies and gentlemen. You have to understand the difference between failing and quitting. All right. Courage can be contagious. All right. It helps us to work harder. It helps people to have admiration. It helps us to work hand in hand with God. Despite how we feel, despite the butterflies. See, maybe y'all need to hear the fact that when Generational Wealth becomes a chairman organization, I might not be the first chairman. Aaron may be the first chairman. Drew may be the first chairman. Vestavia, you may be the first chairman. But you got to take your butt on stage and give the speech for Generational Wealth, for iMarkets Live. Just because I'm going to have butterflies, just because my armpits are going to be sweating and I'm going to have a forehead full of sweat, doesn't stop me from what? Getting on stage. Maybe I fumble through my words. Maybe. It's if you want to add positive failing, maybe you need to manipulate your brain a little bit until you make it till you have more clarity that failure is positive. Maybe you need to make it a double word, positive failure. Maybe that'll make y'all feel better. Positive failure. All right? It takes more courage, guys, to take action, to do it right, than to not take action at all. Right? It takes more courage to do it right, to do something, than not to do it at all. How are y'all feeling? How's your perspective on failing right now? Are y'all feeling a little better about your perspective on failing? See, if you're not courageous enough to take any action, you're just not doing anything. Remember, people who fear failure are quitters. I want y'all to know that. If you fear failure, you're a quitter. I want y'all to realize that right now. Check yourself. Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm tripping. I don't feel failure because I'm not a quitter. People who feel failure are quitters. Are y'all following me? So how many quitters we got on the line? If you're a quitter, drop a 1 in the chat box. If you are a quitter, drop a 1 in the chat box. Right? I don't know what this is on my phone. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to. So Vestavia, are you ready to fail a little bit more? Drew, are you ready to fail a little bit more? Aaron, are you ready to fail a little bit more? Chelsea, Bree, Larry, Mary, Creesh, Leah, Toya, Lisa, Quez, Prime, are y'all ready to fail a little bit more? Right? You got to be excited because guess what? You're the one of the few people in this world that's going to walk around who got it right. Who got it right? You can literally walk around and be like, dang, these people really got failure all wrong. You can literally sit down, you can bless somebody and tell them, guess what? You got it all wrong. We had it wrong. I had it wrong. And you can give them the pancake scenario. Listen, have you made waffles? Have you made eggs? Did you burn the eggs before you burnt them to make the house smell so bad? Has anybody ever burnt a bag of popcorn before? Drop some peas in the chat box if you've ever burnt a bag of popcorn before. If you've ever burnt a bag of popcorn and you hate the smell when it's burnt, drop some peas in the chat box for me. Where y'all at? Right? Then what did you do to make sure you didn't burn the popcorn the next time? Can somebody tell me what your solution was when you burnt the popcorn? What did you have to do? What did y'all have to do? We said change the time. He said he burned some chocolate chip cookies. They were chocolate chips after that, right? Hard as a rock. Chocolate chips. They weren't chocolate chip cookies. They were chocolate chips. Hard kettle chips. You making chocolate kettle chips. All right? Right? Watch and listen. See how y'all adapted, how y'all course corrected. That's all you have to do in anything you want in life. Right? Quez has a clothing line. Maybe Quez was talking to too many people head off and he realized I'm talking too much in the wrong way. So let me tone it down a little bit so I can get more sales. You wanted to open a car wash, a dealership. Take it out early, right? The bag all thinned out. You ever had, now you don't have popcorn, right? All right. That's all failure is, guys. Burning popcorn. Too much water in the flour mix. Burning the eggs. Too much air in the tires. Hitting the curve. Do y'all understand? Is it making more sense, ladies and gentlemen? Failing, hitting F's on the test. See, what happens is a lot of times we grow up in this school system. We grow up in these different curriculums, and they tell you you get so trained to hearing the word no, to hearing that failure. No, you're a failure. You're a failure. It's such in an unhealthy environment. That's what happens. See, we would fail if the teacher would say, guess what, baby, you got an F. It's okay. That just means we didn't do well in educating you. The teacher ain't even holding no responsibility. The parents aren't holding responsibility, right? Baby, it's okay. We made this F. Let's be excited. I tell my nephew when he fall, I say, yes, you just failed. Be excited that you fell on the ground. I do that every single time he hits the ground. It's a healthy environment, but we've trained people. That's where the slave mentality comes in. That's where the modern day slave mentality comes in. We put people in all these grade levels. You have this pressure to make good grades. You have this pressure to look a certain way. You have this pressure to go to school to wear these certain brands. You have this pressure to go to school, to be the popular person. You have this pressure to go. Y'all seeing all that pressure that's building up? You have the pressure to make good grades and the pressure parents. You have the pressure to do this and to do that. And so you have all this pressure. And so the pressure makes you burst. The pressure makes you compress yourself and you become coal instead of a diamond. See, pressure is supposed to create diamonds, but no, we can't get to that level because all we've been doing is compressing ourselves and building up all this darkness and there's no light coming through. And so we turn it to cold. So because you're so scared that you're not going to make it to the next grade level because they've been still fearing you, not failure. They've been still fearing you. They've been still fear and failure are two totally different things, ladies and gentlemen. Are you understanding it? Are you understanding it now? Can you start seeing the difference between fear and failure? See, it wasn't that you were afraid to fail. You were afraid of fear. Come on, B. Right? You are afraid of fear itself. Because you created all of these outcomes. You created all these things. You go to then you're going through school. You're going through all this. You're going through all this pressure. And then you graduate school, and then they tell you you're supposed to be an adult, but nobody trained you on how to be an adult for 18 years of your life. So here comes the next phase of pressure. The next phase of pressure is I gotta hurry up and become this adult. What is this adult thing? Have a responsibility. They didn't tell you how to check your book. They didn't tell you about bills. They didn't tell you about life insurance. They didn't tell you about medical insurance. They didn't tell you about dental insurance. They didn't tell you you're going to have to pay back these student loans. They didn't tell you none of this stuff. So then you become pressured in the second phase of your life. Now you're trying to catch up, and you're still trying to catch up from high school. Right? So instead of building courage, instead of building a failure in a healthy environment, now you've turned cold. You're cold. Right? So now they tell you go get a good job. Go get a degree, right? Yes, go get a degree. Go get a good job. And go get a job just to pay back the degree. That's all you're really doing. Go get a job so you can pay us back for this 4-year education. How in the world are you telling me I was in free education for 18 years and for 4 years it takes over my entire financial freedom? Oh my God. It just takes 4 years to destroy somebody's financial freedom. It really could take 2 years. I've been here for 18 years, and in just 2, my financial freedom was destroyed because y'all told me this was the way out. Right? Then the third pressure that you're experiencing is when you graduate, you're supposed to have it all figured out. You're supposed to get a job. You're supposed to pay mortgage, utilities. You're supposed to pay your gas. You're supposed to go get gas in the car. Maybe somebody had a baby now. You're supposed to take care of a baby. You still a baby. Right? You've been conditioned to you have this mentality that you're supposed to have a house, a dog, a hill on the hill. It's supposed to be married by the age of 25. What in the world? I'm still trying to figure out the last 6 years when I left high school. I'm still playing catch up. So now I'm suffocating. I'm afraid of fear itself because this is what the people telling me I'm supposed to do and what I'm supposed to be. Right? Right? So now everybody walks around suffocating for the rest of their lives because they've been playing catch up since freaking high school. Are y'all following me? Not only are you playing catch up through high school, college, and the job, now you have a family. Now you have a house note. Now you have all these liabilities. So now you're suffocating. And because they never told you, just to say, you know what? I'm glad you made all these F's. Now we know what we need to fix. Instead of saying that, you get people who are starting to pick on you because you made an F. They call you stupid. They call you dumb. Remember, you don't fear failure, guys. You fear the outcome. You fear the what word could I use? What do I say? Money is just a. Oh Lord, what's the word? I'm sorry, guys. You don't fear failure. You fear the people, the name calling, who you're supposed to be. You fear all that other stuff. But if everybody would change their language, instead of saying, we knew you weren't gonna get that job anyway, instead of them saying that, they should have said, that job wasn't for you. Right? There's better out there. Instead of them saying, it's all right that you got these L's, that means you just need to tighten up, create a better learning schedule, compress your time, get some mentorship, get some one-on-one training. Instead of them changing the language and encouraging failure to help you course correct and add more flour, to help you reset the time on the microwave, to listen to the pops, right? You are afraid of the byproduct of failure. That's what I'm looking for. Are y'all hearing me? You are afraid of the byproduct of failure. The byproduct of failure, ladies and gentlemen, is the name calling, is the pressure, right? Who am I supposed to be? Impressing my parents, approval, validation. That's what you fear. You don't fear making mistakes, because you need the mistakes so you can get better. So what happens is, instead of them increasing the courage to carry on and get this bag and get this freedom and get this time and be the best version of ourselves, we get the byproduct of failure. And courage no longer reigns superior. Courage just starts to disseminate by the time you turn 5 or 7 years old at such an early age. Because at this point, everybody's picking on you, telling you got to be this again. You're just 7 years old, right? You're just a little person. Real courage is being afraid and doing it anyway. Martin Luther King, Barack Obama, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali got banned from his profession for 4 years because they said he had to go to the military. The guy said, bump y'all, I'm not going to fight for a country who had me. No, I will take the 4-year leave and come back. Right? Courage is a learned quality, guys. It really is. You got to relearn to have the courage, because honestly, I feel like we're naturally born with courage. It's not until we start hearing the byproduct of other people's fears. Come on. It's not until we start hearing the byproduct of other people's fears and their words start being poured into us. And so we start being an inhabit. We start becoming their soil. See, when you're at a young age, you're nothing but soil, and everything that's coming in your ears is what's going to be planted. My God. Right? One moment of courage, ladies and gentlemen, can change your entire life. Has anybody ever experienced that one moment when you finally just said, you know what? I'm going to do this for me. I'm going to take this. I don't care about the butterflies in my stomach. I don't care what my parents say. I don't care what these manufactured thinking people say. I don't care about nothing. I'm going to do this for me. How many people ever stepped into that courage once before and it scared the heck out of you? It made you uncomfortable. How many of y'all have actually tapped into courage at one point in your life and it made you uncomfortable when you did it, even the thought of it? Right? Drop some ones in the chat box if that's ever been you. But how did you feel once you got through that uncomfortable moment? How did you feel? Exactly. Time, money, and freedom lies on the other side of courage. Proud of myself, confidence, ahead of the game, more driven, more excited. Suffer the pain of regrets, or sacrifice. What is it? Sacrifice what you want, or what you want becomes a sacrifice. Suffer the pain of regret, or suffer the pain of discipline. Suffer the pain of courage. There is no pain when it comes along with courage, ladies and gentlemen. It really isn't. There isn't any pain that comes along with courage. There may be your laziness or something like that. That's not pain. Pain is go to the ICU and then tell me when you see some pain. Right? It's all about perspective. All right? I got understanding how it's about how we think. And the more and more we study how we think, everything is surrounded around how we think. So now I understand that I just got to add a little bit more flour. I just got to make a little bit more calls. See, what y'all don't understand, I slowed down. April 12th, David and Manitia did this P1000 call. I'm sorry, it's live, this meetup here in Atlanta. I went to that meetup, and that meetup changed my life, because I came back and I did a call about desire. How many of y'all remember the call about desire, about filling yourself up about whatever that is, that number one thought, that number one desire? Chairman, six-figure trader, chairman. How many of y'all are thinking about that one thing all day? Remember, thoughts and thinking are two totally different things. That's right. The water bottle, filling it up, right? So that training changed my life. I will forever remember that day, because it told me, he said, slow down your business to go faster. So I was willing to, I'm not going to even lie to y'all, I was actually willing, if the business was going to slow down, if the back office was going to derank, I was willing for that to happen so I could come and sit with you guys. Right? Courtney, Tara, Drew, all of you guys. Only person I haven't sat with yet is Vestavia. I was willing to sit, I said I was willing to just travel my butt off so I can build some leaders, some believers, so I can hang out with my team a little bit, right? And then we can kick in momentum. Then the animation and the flower, that stuff can get done, because I already know that whatever it is that I personally want is done. I know that. And I knew some failures was going to happen. I had to help my people work through failures. We had to work collectively through failures. See, all I did was stop and slow down so I could come and adjust your failures, ladies and gentlemen. Right? Drew, when you call me, I'm just adjusting your failures. Right? Aaron, when you call me, I'm just adjusting your failures. Are y'all following me? Courtney, when I come and sit with you and I tell you that's not support and resistance, I'm just adjusting your failures. Are y'all following me? But we have to make sure our perspective is in alignment. Vestavia, when I come and sit with you, I'm just going to be adjusting your failures. That's all we're doing. So we can what? We can become better molded. We can become better molded. That's all. So we can actually have a pancake with the crisp, the egg, the little butter edge on the side. Right? So we can actually have a good bag of popcorn and not no stinking room. So we can actually get a good quality t-shirt from Quez's clothing line and not something that's raggedy and thin and this kind of breaks down when we put it in the wash machine. Are y'all following me? Right? You have to freaking fail every single day intentionally. Now, I don't mean go be out here and be sloppy and just be doing stuff out of ignorance. I mean, when something happens because you just didn't know it was supposed to go a certain way, you need to learn to be proud of that moment. Because if the moment never shows its ugly face, if the moment never shows its face, you will be walking around with like ignorance on fire because you thought you were doing something right. Right? You be thinking you're doing something. This is about to be a horrible analogy, guys. This is the only thing I can think of. There are a lot of women walking around with horrible fake eyelashes. It drives me crazy. Their eyelashes look horrible. It's so much glue, you can't even see their iris. You can't even see the color of their eyes. They walk around looking like Miss Betty, with the little Betty, Miss Piggy, off of the, y'all know who Miss Piggy is. People are walking around looking like Miss Piggy because their eyelashes are so thick. But guess what? Nobody is telling them that it's too much glue, that we can't even see your eye. Everybody. It's too much going on, so nobody is even telling them that they're making a mistake, that it's an error, that they've really failed, right? Hashtag failed. So what happens is they're walking around think they have it figured out, but they don't know. You don't know what you don't know. So instead of recognizing that they don't even know that they failed, guys, that's why I need y'all to see the power in failure. This person, eyelashes look like this. Okay? This person thinks it looks amazing. This person is going to forever walk around with these eyelashes on their eyes because they think they have it all figured out. But instead of somebody stepping in, or instead of them actually doing some research to see how it's supposed to look or how it's supposed to be done, they don't know that they don't know. So they can never fix it. Follow me. They don't know what they don't know, so they can never fix it. And so they remain the same. But what you got to understand is until you burnt that popcorn, you were never going to know that you had the wrong setting, right? So you don't know until you don't know. So all you got to do is make an adjustment. And so once you make an adjustment, once you become educated, once you know, you can become better, right? You can become better, but you have to fail to become better. You need to fear not failing, ladies and gentlemen. Write that down. I am afraid of not failing. I am afraid of not failing because if I don't fail, that means I'm not growing. If I don't fail, that means I'm not being stretched. If I'm not failing, that means I cannot get better. You can be on the basketball court right now shooting free throws. How are you going to get better? You have to fail. Missing the shot is failing. Oh my God. Missing the shot is a failure. But that doesn't stop Steph Curry from making another attempt. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Are y'all following me? It takes courage to keep making attempts. That's what separates the weak people from the greats, is that we continue to make attempts despite the fact that we missed the free throw, despite the fact that we burnt the popcorn, despite the fact that our eyelashes are horrible, despite the fact that we put too much air in the tire, despite the fact that we sent out cheap t-shirts for our clothing line. Despite all of that, we keep making attempts so we can make it better. We keep getting to these charts so we can get better. Right? Even with planning, there's still going to be failures. I have a whole plan that I wrote down today. I wrote down 11 people names that's about to go P1000. There's still failures within the plan. The instructions on the box tell you how much water to add to the flour. You can still fail at putting the right amount of flour in the right amount of water, but you still have to make an adjustment. It takes courage to get your butt up every single day and go to your job and get home and clock into your time, money, and freedom blueprint. It takes courage to walk away from an unhealthy relationship. It takes courage to build your relationship. It takes courage to get up and take your butt to the gym every single day, because everything that we've been built and everything that we've been based upon is weakness, lack, laziness, conditioned thinking, fear of failure, right? Pessimism, gossip, drama. Do y'all understand that our soil has been manipulated? So you got to go in and take out the weeds. You got to go in there and germinate correctly. Guys, when a tree stops growing, a tree dies. When a tree stops growing, a tree dies. Become a tree. Don't ever die. Tap into your immortality, your faith, right? Go out here and get what it is that you want. The reason you are not a P600 yet, ladies and gentlemen, is because you are sitting here wondering, waiting for the perfect yes. You haven't made 100 attempts for a no. The minute you change your perspective is the day you will arrive. When you change your perspective, you will arrive. It takes courage to actually sit back and examine what you've done wrong. And what the wrong means, you just threw a brick. You put too much water. You just have to adjust the mix, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Determine what you would like to change and make a plan. And know within that plan, you're going to be pouring too much water in the flour mix. You're going to be overselling yourself and talking people head off about trading when we told you to say less. You're going to keep forgetting to get their number off of social media when we told you to get their number off of social media. You're going to continue to be greedy because that's just your nature until you learn to stop being greedy, right? You're going to continue to jump into trades because you keep trading with emotions instead of skills. All of that, ladies and gentlemen, it's just you're adding too much water to the mix, right? If y'all understand, if y'all feeling me tonight, Drop some emojis in the chat box if you understand what I'm saying to you. You have bravery inside of you. You have courage inside of you. It's just been it's so much dirt on top of it. Any room to breathe. Who's ready to breathe? Who's ready to breathe a little bit? A lot of bit. Right? Just everybody do me a favor and take a deep breath in. Make sure you ain't finna blow no boogers out your nose. Take a deep breath in. I am courageous. I am amazing at failing because it's just an adjustment. It's just me adding more flour to the water, right? It's just me burning the popcorn in the microwave. I'm not afraid of people who have opinions, because oftentimes the people who have opinions are the people who fear what they think failure is. The next time you allow somebody to validate who you are and where you're going to be, won't you just stop and ask them, what's the last time you did something new in your life? Y'all got to start checking people. Y'all be letting people check y'all emotions who ain't did nothing in the past 10 years, in the past 6 months, in the past week. If your last Saturday looks like tomorrow, this coming Saturday, you haven't done anything new. So when people, even when you have these celebrities that are in the limelight, imagine what they got to deal with. You allow imperfect people to tell you you need supposed to be a perfect person. What in the world is that? You are allowing imperfect people to tell you you're supposed to be a perfect person. People can't even love themselves because they have this design of what a perfect person's supposed to look like. People can't even love their gut, the BBs on the back of their neck, because they have been walking around looking at all these magazines and all this social media of what they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to look like, instead of checking that person and saying, how much do you love yourself? Right? You spend every single waking moment looking in the mirror and taking selfies, instead of spending every single waking moment of speaking to God and having spiritual selfies. How about that? Stop trying to have validation for people who have no valid purpose, no valid meaning, right? Step up, have courage, fight for who you are, who you want to be, where you're going to go. Worst case scenario, we all go to the same freaking place. Go after what it is that you want. Why in the world are you putting yourself inside of a box? You didn't do that. You allowed people to put you inside of a box, and you decided to keep the lid closed tight. Some people don't even know they're inside of a box. That's the scary part. They don't know that they don't know. Some people will fight for the lid to stay on top of the box. Have you ever had a conversation with people? You've been like, what in the world are they even saying? You could just look at somebody sometimes and just see they got the lid on the box. Sometimes you need to put a lid on their lip. You're going to punch the hole through the box. That's what y'all got to realize. It's people walking around here in shoe boxes, but they punch the hole just enough so their lips can hang out of the box, just so they can say something. But at the same time, they still suffocating inside of a box. Come on now. So next time you start allowing people to say, oh, that's just a shoe box. Woohoo! When you see people start yippity yapping, that's just a shoe box. No courage, not failing, same person today, 10 years from today and 10 years ago. That's what you should fear, that your DNA, that your blueprint, that your walk in your life looks at your bank account, that your bank statement, that your mindset, your mentality, that your health, everything has the exact same data that it's going to have today, that it's going to have in 6 months. That's what you should fear. It's almost made that we can make copies. We can make copies and slide it in a file of every single day moving forward, and we already know what your life is going to look like. But if you're ready to break out of the box, if you're ready to lift the lid off your life, if you're ready to really take over being an amazing failure, go pro in failing. If you go pro in failure, you're going to be a millionaire. That's all the millionaires have been able to do. They have been able to master failing forward. They have been able to master pouring too much water every single day. They've been able to master not allowing the shoe boxes to get on their nerves. They've mastered that the shoe boxes are just looking for a voice, but have no purpose. Woo. The shoe boxes are looking for a voice, but no purpose. The shoe boxes can only hear themselves too much because it's the lid that's holding them sealed tight. They can only speak through this little corner, this little crack, this little crevice where the shoe box is bent and created a little bit of light inside. But they can't even allow the light inside because their lips are cuffing the hole and they're speaking out noise. Come on, B. Come on, y'all following me? It takes courage to grow up, become who you really are. It takes courage to pay your tuition every single month. It takes courage to learn this skill of freedom. Do y'all understand how many people are scared, HE double hockey stick, to really go after their freedom? People already have created the mindset that it's not even going to work. They'd rather tell themselves it's not going to work than fail their way to knowing that it's going to. People rather sell themselves out of the situation instead of continuously going to the sales department every single day and showing up. Right? Learn the skill. Learn it. Besides this ain't got nothing to do with that. Learn who you are. Go after what you want. Get this money and make your dreams come true. Y'all see that? I tell y'all that every time. That's 6 businesses on this wall, and one of them is just IML. That was on the wall before I was introduced to IML, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a vehicle, and I know I have an assignment within this company, so I'm here, right? It's bigger than money now. It has nothing to do with it anymore. It has everything with helping you guys to see the courage that you have, helping y'all to see, to not allow the shoe boxes to dictate your freedom, your time, your purpose. Whatever makes you excited every single morning, whatever creates that energy and that fire inside of you, go after that. Sometimes the word purpose and know what it is that you want and all that is overrated. What makes you happy? Go after that. That's all you got to do. Go after that. Whatever gives you energy, what makes you, what sets a fire inside of you? Go after that. Bump the word purpose. Bump all of that. What's your energy? What makes you excited? What's something you're great at? That's what you go after. That's your gift. Gifts aren't always career-based. Gifts is your voice. Gifts is your hugs. Gift is your ability to listen. Gifts is your ability to speak words of encouragement into somebody's life. Sometimes your gift is silence. Come on, y'all. Recognize what creates energy. Recognize what people speak boldly and proudly and exciting about you. And you walk in that light. Don't be in a shoebox. Get the lid off of you. Get the courage. Fail yourself away. Burn the freaking popcorn every single phone call you make to a prospect. Burn the freaking popcorn every single time you blow an account. Burn the popcorn. Add too much water. And just remember, whatever you desire has to be filled to capacity. This is your heart, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing should be able to get inside. All right? Remember, thoughts and thinking is 2 totally different things. Thinking is a skill. It requires a certain amount of focus to think about what you want all day and every day. Don't think about leaving your job every day. Think about the solution for leaving your job every day. If you focus on the solution, the byproduct is you leaving your job. Come on. If you focus on the solution, the byproduct is you leaving your job. Okay? Mental development, everything that we talk about in life ever is always 90% spiritual. How you think. It's all about perspective, ladies and gentlemen. And if you peel back the wrong layers, if you undig that, you remember the dirt is on top of your courage. When you were a kid, there was so many amazing things about you. That when you were a kid, there was so much fire and light inside you, but you don't even know what that even was, because by the time you gained a conscious, your conscious was a slave, Jesus Christ. You were born with fight, fire, and life. But by the time you gained a conscious, it died out. And the people put dirt on you. And sometimes your family was the people that put dirt on you. The school system has put dirt on you. Your job has put dirt on you. Your spiritual leader sometimes has put dirt on you. Because you got to understand the environments and the voices that you're listening to. And oftentimes they don't even realize they got dirt on top of them. So it's just dirt talking to dirt. right? You don't know what you don't know. But we are here to unleash, right? We just came from I Am Unleashed. We are here to unleash that flame inside of you. I am so proud of myself. I am. Watch the words that follow that sentence every single day. Don't say, I'm so tired of this job. I'm so tired. Watch your language. Because remember, I am creates your reality. Remember your perspective. Sometimes some of y'all might need to create a regimen that needs to say, I'm going to study my perspective today. I'm going to study how I think. Because what you focus on expands. If you're not focused on changing your mentality and beating the systematic thinking, you're not going to change. That's just like somebody getting cheated on. Oh, he gonna change. No, he's not. What is he listening to? What spiritual guidance has he gotten under? Do y'all understand? You can't change what you're not pouring in. Jesus Christ. You can't change what you're not pouring in. You can't change what you're not trying to focus on changing. Y'all can sit there and change the channel on the remote, but you can't change how you think. It's the same freaking energy. Change what you're focusing on. You sit there watching TV. Change what you're listening to and what you're watching and what you're reading, and it will change how you think, and how you think will change your reality, and what you speak, and what you speak is what you will hear, and what you hear is going to create the faith. You can have faith in God, or you can have faith in his opposition, and what you're speaking is going to determine that, and what you speak will create those actions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get that courage under control. Go out there and be the light. You are a fire. Ignite it. And remember, when somebody doubts you and laughs at you and mocks you and contradicts what it is that you go after, tell them, shoebox. Let that be your hashtag. When you have somebody talking to you, just imagine that cloud on top of their head and just say, that's a shoebox. Just a shoebox. And sometimes you're going to be prospecting shoeboxes, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes you're going to be sharing this education with shoeboxes. Nothing can come in because they got the lid closed tight. They don't want to be set free, and it's unfortunate. We can only pray for their release. We can only pray that one day they can tap into them being unleashed. But until then, we are set free. Everybody take a deep breath one more time. Give me a deep breath. I'm courageous. I am proud of myself, and I am a fail expert. I go pro at failing. Because failing is nothing but adjustments. I burned the pancakes. I had too much water. I burned the popcorn. I was sending out cheap t-shirts. I put too much soap on the car. I put too much oil in the car. I put too much air in the car, right? It's all failing, ladies and gentlemen. We just have changed. We have selective failing. Everything is failing. We just have a selective failing mindset. That's what happened. Everybody started figuring out. When you thought about failing, you thought it was a negative thing, and so you became selective in what you thought failing was applied to. Jesus Christ. Everybody before this call thought failing was a negative thing, and so we became selective in what we thought failure could be applied to, because our thinking was filled with dirt. So now we've raised the dirt off of you today. There is a diamond in the rough. There's fire inside of you. So go out there and go after what you want. Stay close to the community. Stay close. Stay excited. Be the light. All right? Maybe these shoe boxes will come out of their box one day. All right? Maybe they'll sit there and watch you. And sometimes people are jealous of the fact that they don't have courage. Sometimes people are jealous of the fact that they still got the dirt on top of them and they don't even know it. Make people jealous of something positive. That's what you do. Make people jealous of something positive. The fact that you show up on these calls every single week. The fact that you wanted to learn how to create time, money, and freedom. The fact that you didn't settle for your 9 to 5 and working 70 years on your job. Right? Right? Make somebody jealous about that. Right? Y'all don't have no idea how many people. I have a couple say, man, I wish I would have started when you started. Okay, well, start today. Ain't no woulda, coulda, shoulda. Ain't no woulda, coulda, shoulda. We done got that's old, that's dead. Today is the only moment that every single person on this call has. Do not take life for granted. Have gratitude every single day. Stop thinking that tomorrow is this morning. So many people wake up today and tomorrow feeling like it's the exact same morning. Because what? They settled into their shoebox. It stinks inside. Their life sucks. They hate it. It does. And all they doing is voicing how they feel inside. So don't feel offended. Don't get mad. Feel sympathetic for people who still in the shoebox, right? And hopefully one day that lid will be raised. Everybody, you're courageous. You are a warrior. Get what you want. You only got this moment, all right? If you focus on today, you plan for today, your future will arrive. Stop focusing on the future. Focus on today. You already know what the end goal. The end goal is chairman. The end goal is freedom and time and travel. That's the end goal. But okay, we know what the end goal is. The end goal is a byproduct of today's activity. Are y'all following me? I'm almost done. The end goal is a byproduct of today's activity. I'm going to post that on Instagram. That's it. What is that? It's called consistency. I'm going to say it one more time. The end goal, whether that's time, money, freedom, firing your boss, retiring your family, retiring your parents, better health, better medical insurance, whatever it is, the end goal, $100 a day, $1,000 a day, $10,000 a month, is a byproduct of today's activity. If you say that to yourself every single day, you're going to arrive at the end goal. And then you're going to create a new end goal. And you're going to create a new one. Success is a forever moving target. All right? Success is a forever moving target. So once you reach your first flag, get your flag and raise your flag. Go get the next one. Go for gold. Every single time. Go for gold. Everybody on here is a champion. Win Olympics, all right, in this game called life. Go for gold every single day. Your end goal is a byproduct of your daily activity. It's that simple. Your end goal is a byproduct of your daily activity. It's that simple. B, how did you learn to trade? Because I kept the end goal in mind, but I focused on today's activity. B, how did you go chairman? Because I made sure I shared a plan 6 times a day. And the end goal just showed up one day. I didn't even know that back office changed. I didn't even know I hit P5000. One day I just woke up and I was a chairman because I did what? The activity that would create the end goal. It's that simple. I had the courage to show up every single day and do the activity. I had the courage to ignore the shoeboxes. I had the courage to fail every single day because I knew failing would help me to adjust what I was doing wrong. I was excited to fail so I could hurry and make mistakes because I knew the faster I would make a mistake, the faster I could get it right. The faster I would burn the popcorn, the faster I could adjust the time and listen to the bag pop. The faster I would pour too much water in the pancakes was the faster I could add more flour. The faster I would add too much air in my tire was the faster I could learn to stop putting too much air in my tires. Guys, are you following me? You are courageous. You are brave. Get what you want. It is go time. We have 7 months left inside of this year. God, thank you so much that you allowed us to see another day. Thank you so much for allowing us to see that we are made in your image, that we're made to be brave, that we're made to have courage, that we're made to have faith, that we're made to go after every single thing that we desire, because everything you told us that you create and give us the desires of our hearts. So we know by the end of this year, 7 months down the road, today we will not be the same. We will be better. We will be more courageous. We would have failed over 50,000 times. We would have blown accounts. We have grown accounts. We have retired. We have created residual income. We have helped our family. We have better health. We have better mental control. We have better mental toughness. We have better impact and influence. 7 months. 7 is the number of completion, guys. Are y'all with me? If y'all with me, drop some 7s in the chat box. We're going to drop the call. If y'all are with me, 7 is the number of completion. 7 is the number of completion. What is your goal in the next 7 months? What is your goal in the next 7 months? What is the daily activity that you're going to do that's going to create the end goal? You already have the courage. We on fire right now. We on fire right now. GW is freaking lit, right? We got courage. I want y'all to out courage each other. I got more courage than you. I fail more than you, right? We had the thing going, who's gonna make the most failures today? Vestavia, I'm gonna make more failures to you. I'm gonna make more failures to you than you on tomorrow on purpose. I'm gonna fail 100 times tomorrow on purpose, and I'm gonna celebrate it. And I'm gonna send you a screenshot with some balloons in my hand and say, I failed more than you today. You didn't outfail me, right? Get it, get the bag, get your freedom, get your time. I love you guys. If you got some value on tonight, drop some emojis in the chat. We are absolutely done. You guys are absolutely phenomenal. I'm excited for your life. I'm here and I show up every single day because I'm ready to see you guys get whatever it is that you desire. All right. It's your season. 777, number of completion. We got 7 months left in this year. We lit. We on fire. It's go time. All right. It's time for us to share this education. It's time for us to help more people. All right. To actually learn this skill set. It's time for us to help people set free mentally. It's more than trading, guys. We got to break the chains of mental seclusion. All right. We got to break these chains of people not even knowing. Vestavia, how you feeling, baby? You feeling better? You feeling better now? You feeling more courageous? You understand the perspective on failure now? Do you feel? Because if you feeling better, that's what it's about. I hope you feel better, right? That's what it's about, right? That's what it's about. How we feeling right now, excited and on fire. Let's go. Number of completion, Dallas, September 13th. Go ahead and get your flights, get your flights, get your flights, get your flights. Work the overtime. Do what you got. Guys, I need everybody on this call to help me get 100 people in Dallas. I need everybody, if you can commit. We need to help the team. We need to reach out to our team. You guys can see the members, people who are inactive or not. Let's get people reset. Let's get them relaunched. There's so much that's taking place for the next 7 months. And I don't want people to miss out because they were afraid to fail. Let's go. 7 number completion. I see y'all in Dallas. Tomorrow we have our P1000 and up call at 9:30. Please don't miss the call. I will be in Dallas this weekend at a network marketing event Friday through Sunday. So I'm going to try to switch the schedule around. I'm trying to do better at scheduling our calls when I can't make the regular schedule call. All right. If anybody would like to add any more value to our community, if you would like to do your own personal calls and stuff like that, please let me know. We can add that. And we're going to be adding some daytime calls too for our international team as well. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being courageous. And thank you for outfailing me. I love you all. Have a blessed night. Recording will be dropped here as soon as I get the email. Y'all have a blessed night. And drop in the team chat and say they missed the call tonight. Y'all have a good one.